Good evening, City Council, Mayor Burcroft, our City Treasurer Stacy Page, Deputy Clerk and audience. This is the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting for Monday, November the 12th. I'm sorry, Tuesday, November the 12th. And at this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo. Here. Councilman Barton.
Here.
We know that Councilwoman Roscoe is absent.
She's excused.
Excused, so noted. Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
Councilwoman Webb is also absent.
She's excused.
So noted. And Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Tonight's council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. 2 minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5 is the mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11 is warrant. Number 12 is communication, and number 13 is adjournment, and a motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the agenda as presented.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo to approve the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Agenda item 2A, for approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on November 4th, 2019.
So move for November the 4th, 2019.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the minutes from a regular council meeting held on November the 4th, 2019. Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Agenda item 2B, this is for approval of the minutes from the special study session meeting held on November the 4th, 2019.
So move for a special meeting held November 4th, 2019.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of minutes from the special study session meeting held on November the 4th, 2019. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
There are no petitioners on the agenda. Takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. There was no special meeting tonight. But again, I'd just like to thank our veterans for serving the country so that we may be here tonight. They are special people that protect our United States. So shout out to all the veterans. I'd like to give a recognize Councilman Wadsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. I would like a resolution in tribute to Don H. Barton, if somebody will support it, I'll expand on it. This coming week, on Thursday, Don Barton is going to have a street named after him in the city of Detroit. And the city of Romulus wants to give this resolution in tribute to Don Barton, and I'll read it to you. It says, whereas Don Barton served as the first black city councilman of Lorain, Ohio during the 1960s, and whereas the people were blessed to have Don Barton install cable in the city of Romulus, Inkster, Van Buren, and Detroit. And the resolution goes on to talk about his life, and it says, whereas the honorable elected officials of the city of Romulus express their heartfelt congratulations and well-deserved posthumously, I messed that up, tribute to the beloved as the legacy of Don Barton. On a personal note, my first term here in 1983, we were looking to get cable brought here. And we talked to numerous, and nobody wanted to come. And finally, towards the end of 1984, Mr. Barden came here, and he gave Romulus cable TV when nobody else believed in us. And it was the beginning of it. And he was a good, decent man. Thank you. You gotta sign that.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Mr. Mayor?
Just under discussion, you know, I know there's an event, a big event coming up, John, and they're gonna have a street named after him. I think that's quite a tribute, because that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very easily, and that shows, you know, what a legend he was, not just in, you know, got involved in government and politics, but as an entrepreneur, with the cable business, and then later with a lot of other businesses, as you know, casinos, entertainment, and whatnot. So, I think that being a pioneer like that, you know, deserves that in the city, and I compliment the city of Detroit for doing that. I think it's awesome that they're doing a celebration for that, and we'll be there to support you and your family. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. With that,
Get the boat, John. Get the boat.
oh yeah, I'm sorry. It must be the cold weather. It's the record temperatures, right? Okay. Okay. Motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams, for approval of the chairperson's report. Mr. Wadsworth?
We have to vote on the resolution for your brother first, Don.
Oh, wow.
John.
Really got me shook up.
Well,
you know.
all right.
And it's just a thrill.
That's all right. No big deal.
It's just a thrill. Let me tell you why I got threw off a little bit. This thing is really special to our family. Here's a guy that would do anything for anyone. He did. I was at a meeting. I was on the radio station 9:10 a.m. and this guy came up. He said 85% of people that work for 2, 4, and 7, minorities, have trained under my brother Don Barton. And he said he got his chance under his training. So, and he was the type of person that he sponsored Little League baseball teams. He gave out senior citizens, helped them in feeding them, and he just gave so much back to the community, not only Inkster, Romulus, Van Buren. So I just, you know, that's why I got kind of emotional, so excuse me, but I think I can do better next time. Okay, we have a resolution that was motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams, from her brother Don. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved. Now that concludes the chairperson's report.
I'll make that motion that we accept the chairperson's report.
And support.
Okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to approve the chairperson's report. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, City Council, Treasurer, Clerk, Deputy Clerk, and audience. Tonight, Mr. Chairman, I brought a quote that kind of ties along to the holiday yesterday that you mentioned, Veterans Day. There's some different variations of this one, but I thought it was pretty neat and pretty right on. The best way to honor a veteran is to act in a way that makes them feel that it was worth the fight. And I think that's really what reflects our country. And we have veterans in this room. We have Councilman Wadsworth. We have Mr. Chandler. I don't know if there are others here or not, but that's significant, and I know that they would want to have that reflected in how we act as a country. I thought we had a nice service. The VFW did. I know we had snow and some cold weather, but I still think it was a day to stop and honor, remember, and really we shouldn't just do it one day. If you know a neighbor, a friend, you know, a citizen that you know served, thank them. Doesn't take much, but it could mean a lot. So make sure you do that. We have a short video I'd like to run with some activities, and we'll continue on.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine Dancy. Here's what's coming up around Romulus. This Thursday is the Thanksgiving luncheon at the Romulus Senior Center. Lunch begins at 11 a.m., but you must call ahead of time to RSVP. Tuesday, November 19th, the Romulus Chamber of Commerce is having their monthly luncheon, this time featuring Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. Check-in begins at 11:30 a.m. at the Holiday Inn on Wickham Road. Wednesday, November 20th, the Romulus Christian Ministerial Alliance is inviting the community out for their annual Thanksgiving worship service at 7 p.m. held at the Romulus Community Baptist Church. Get your tickets now for the downtown Gobble Wobble Turkey Trot, benefiting the Romulus Goodfellows. The trot will be held Friday, November 22nd, beginning at 5 p.m. at Artisan Reserve Brewery in downtown Romulus. Holiday attire is encouraged. Entry is $10 per person and can be purchased on Eventbrite online or with cash at the Romulus City Hall Community Development Office. Next up, we have events from the Romulus Public Library.
We have our homeschool meetup, our third one, at 10:30 a.m. on November 14th, and Dan the Creature Man will be here at the library with some animals to teach our homeschooling kids about them. On Saturday, November 16th at 11 a.m., we will have a Teen Tween Cupcake Wars program. Come out and see if you can decorate the best cupcake. Supplies are provided. On November 25th at 5 p.m., we will have our anime club.
Hello, I'm the Adult Services Librarian from Romulus Public Library. On Thursday, November 14th at 6 p.m., we'll have a craft club where we'll be making holiday wreaths for Thanksgiving. Crafters get to keep the wreaths they make. That's at 6 p.m. On Tuesday, November 19th, join the Senior Book Club ages 55 and older at the Romulus Senior Center on Bibbins as we discuss Saints for All Occasions by J. Courtney Sullivan.
Our good news of the week is we'd like to thank the Romulus VFW Post for hosting a very nice Veterans Day ceremony yesterday for the community. There were veterans, community members, and elected officials all there to honor those that have served in our nation's armed forces. Thanks, everyone. Remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube or visit our website for more information. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you. I'd like to next talk a little bit about the cemetery. I know that technically and officially the clerk is a sexton of the cemetery as far as running, organizing, and making decisions. The DPW kind of works to support them. And we also have this very active cemetery board that was established. And the cemetery board is a group of passionate people that are non-paid, that give to the city, that love the city. You've often heard reports from others about that. I'm very proud of the fact that over the last several years, we've done some really cool things to improve the cemetery. Later this month, you'll see there's a gate ceremony. We're just constantly trying to find ways through their fundraisers and with council's help through the budget to do a lot of things. But it wouldn't be possible without our passionate cemetery board leader, Jan Lemon. And Jan has been passionate, as you know, about not just the cemetery, but I call it about Romulus and building Romulus, the history. And what I'd like to do is have Jan come up and say a couple things and let her know we appreciate her and then kind of take it from there. Jan, do you mind coming up?
I get too passionate about too much, Leroy.
No, that's not true.
I have to, this is 10 years. November is 10 years that we were appointed. And there's a lady who, she never gets mentioned, Linda Choate. In 2007, she got the council to do an ordinance, at least to try to get something motivated. But it took like 2 more years, but that was okay. We had one council member, I don't know if you remember, he told me, because he knew me all my life, Jan, you're opening a can of worms. Well, you gotta fix something. When something's broke, you have to fix it. There's 5 board members. We all have the right to bring something to the table, and then the 3 that vote yes gets it. And we have gotten along very well for 10 years. We take this serious. We went in there with chainsaws, and we cleaned and we cleaned and we cleaned. And this spring, there'll be more, because the things that were planted years ago, they continue to grow. We are proud of what we accomplished. We don't have any more hanging Santa Clauses or ghosts on shepherd hooks to upset the next person. It was just a matter of this is a historical landmark and it needs to be treated as such. Dignity and respect is the most important part. Everybody being treated equal. We even have some high school kids from Berkeley High School that taught us how to clean historic headstones. Very interesting, very nice, and it made them look really good. A new Victorian gate that was installed in the original entrance. That was just one of the top things. And to be able to honor a Medal of Honor recipient from 1902. How many cemeteries even have a Medal of Honor recipient? That was just the best. I want to look back a minute because it's not what you know, it's who you know. Because of Tim Key's direction, we have beautiful flowering trees along the front of the fence. Residents honored their loved ones buried in the cemetery by purchasing a tree from W.H. Cannon. Everybody says, why do you want trees in the cemetery? They make it peaceful, they give it tranquility, and it gives it time to reflect. And Tim, all this time, has been my sounding board. And I could go to him with a problem, and he would always, because he knows Jan wants things done yesterday, he would always sit back, relax, and would figure it out. Tim, I need you to come up here, please. We were not going to let you get away from here in Romulus without letting you know how much you were appreciated. This flag was flown over the Capitol on July 10th, 2019. This is a remembrance from the city, from the cemetery board, council people. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Getting to thank you for all your hard work. We love you, we appreciate all that you've done for us. We can't thank you enough.
That's right.
And I thought this would be a really cool memento and, to symbolize not just the cemetery, but the city and the great country that we live in. So, thank you.
Thank you. And I was doing it for the city. It was a good thing. It was always a valiant and honorable effort, so it just felt good.
We
So
couldn't
thank
done it without you.
Yes,
I
you
mean,
did.
you had the ends, you had the know, you know the people. One person never does anything. It takes a team. And you have
You're
been
right.
right there all the time.
And he's a lifetime member now.
Oh, yeah,
of the-
you're honored.
So you can't get out.
She's warned me of that a while ago. So, thank you.
Just enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
I didn't lie.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks again for all you do. Thanks for being here on this cold, snowy night. Now, I do have a couple action items, if I could, City Council to get on with. First one is item A. This is the item that you saw a couple weeks ago. We pulled back, got the specs on it now. Recommendation by Kathy Hood, Assistant DPW Director, and Gary Harris, Purchasing Director. This is to concur with administration and consent to piggyback on the M-Deal contract that you see listed with Gorno Ford. It's to purchase two F-250s, trucks for the DPW, total amount $60,085. Funds have been verified and available out of the Vehicle Fund Capital Outlay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Talley.
so moved to, make a motion to support administration and consent to the piggyback on the MDO contract number as listed with Gorno Ford to purchase two Ford F-250 pickup trucks for the Department of Public Works with a total amount of $60,085.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, to piggyback on the M-Deal contract for the purchase of two Ford F-50 pickup trucks. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Talley.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. The last item's a budget amendment, and the request is to concur with the administration for introduction of budget amendment 19/20-09. That's a carryover for the program income from last fiscal year that ended 6/30/19, and recognize additional repayment of liens. The attached amount is next to it.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Tally, for introduction of budget amendment 19/20-09, CDBG. Any discussion?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes, I would like to know, what is the repayment of the liens to cover?
I'll have Maria Lambert come up, please, Maria.
Good evening, Maria Lambert. We had, for many years, a housing rehabilitation program, and it was a no-interest deferred loan. So when they paid these monies back to us, we put them in an account, and then we used them for other housing rehabilitation. We have, county has actually changed that now, so they will be doing all of this, but we do have a little bit of money left, and we want to use it for the few that we have.
So what projects do we have right now? I see that we have two.
I have a roof and a furnace that are under contract right now. Mel?
So moving forward, will any resident that qualifies for those funds still be able to go through your office?
No, from now on, what will happen is that we will take the applications and get all the information that the county needs, and we send it to them. And then they will be put on a waiting list, and they'll get done that way. But
So
we
what
won't
is
be
the
doing it any
minimum
longer.
and then what is the maximum? Is it such?
Minimum, well, what we were doing, since we had such little funding, was just emergencies. So we were doing anything under $9,000 under the emergency program.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Any other questions? Thanks, Maria.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor.
6 is the clerk's report under 6A. And we have a special meeting request. Mary Jordan, Director of Authorities for DDA and Tifa, is requesting a 30-minute special meeting for December 9th, 2019 at 7 o'clock p.m. And this is to inform the public of the goals and the direction of the DDA and Tifa and future possible projects. The date and time is available.
I'll make that motion that we request a special meeting on December 9th at 7 PM for the DDA and Tifa reports.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Tally, for the special meeting request for the Director of Authorities for the DDA and Tifa for December the 9th, 2019 at 7 p.m. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Tally,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth,
Yes.
Chair votes yes, a motion is approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes the clerk's report. Number 7 is the treasurer's report.
Good evening, council, mayor, clerk, deputy clerk, and audience. I'd like to remind everyone that the winter tax bills are coming out, and please expect them December 1st. If you do not receive your tax bill for some reason, please give us a call. We're happy to take your calls. And just for your information, that the winter tax bill is for collection of Wayne County taxes. You won't see school taxes on there, or city taxes. You'll just see the Wayne County tax. Again, if you have any questions, you can call my office at 734-942-7580. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
Number 8 is public comment, and this is the portion of the agenda for those of you that are in the audience. The rules to address city council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address City Council, please raise your hand and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name and address. Please note that you have 3 minutes to speak and any additional time would be upon consent of the chairperson. Mr. Chair, we do have one written request and this is from Sandra Kraut.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. Clark?
Sandy Kraut, 9640 Washington Street, Romulus, Michigan. My husband Harry has been talking about Helping Hands a number of years, especially around the holidays. He's unable to be here tonight and asked me to speak for him. Every Thanksgiving, Helping Hands gives out turkeys to make sure Romulus families have a happy Thanksgiving. Last year, they gave out 40 turkeys to needy families. Right now, they don't have any turkeys. If you can afford to donate a turkey to Helping Hands, it will be greatly appreciated. We're making an appeal asking elected officials if they would donate a turkey to Helping Hands. Bill Wadsworth has faithfully contributed over the years. They're located at 37510 Huron River Drive by 5 Points, just past Walter's Bowling Alley. They're open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Barton?
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
Mrs. Kraut, I was gonna bring that up under new business, but you beat me to it. That's- You did a good job, all right.
Any other comments from the audience? No more comments from the audience? We'll close that part out.
Number 9 is unfinished business.
Mr. Chairman, just one, I should have mentioned this earlier. I just wanted to give a shout out. We had snow earlier than normal in November, and I'll tell you what, not just to our DPW crew who did a phenomenal job, but our police and fire. I was listening to the radio quite a bit yesterday, and I don't know if people realize that, the increased calls that we get. I mean, you get the weather impacting it, but we still get normal calls. We still get normal calls for help, people that need to, we have people that are everything from threats for suicide to dangerous situations that they still have to run on all the normal calls on top of the bad weather calls. And we got hit all day long with a lot of weather and a lot of tough issues. So, however you were involved in that, a foreman, a truck driver, a firefighter, policeman, we appreciate your efforts because you did a phenomenal job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Number 9 is unfinished business. Number 10 is new business.
Jen.
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
Thank you. I'd like to ask for a memorial resolution for Miss Ginny Smith. Ginny Smith was a teacher here in Romulus for many years. She taught at Hayti and at Merriman. I know.
Support.
She just told me she had her as a teacher. Thank you.
Support.
Okay, it's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Williams for memorial resolution. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth,
Yes.
Ms. Tally.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
Is there any more new business? If not, agenda item number 11, 11A for approval is warrant 19-21, checks presented in the amount of $2,171,810.63.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we pay warrant 19-21 in the following amounts. General Fund, $90,407.72. Major Street Fund, $28,382.66. Local Street Fund, $6,863.09. Public Safety Fund, $16,319.35. Cable TV, $466.35. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $33,957.79. Street Lighting Fund, $47,471.65. Oakwood SAD, $148.67. Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Funds, $172.50. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $25,053.33. 9/11 Service Fund, $1,005.26. Law Enforcement, $160. NARC forfeiture for the state, $1,814.27. Library Fund, $7,640.48. DDA, $1,455.81. Tifa District 2, $7,577. Court Building Construction Funds, $791,945.30. Binding Road Extension E-Course Construction, $247,461.83. Water and Sewer Fund, $408,913.04. Motor Vehicle, $6,677.76. Technology Services, $3,245. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $196,332.45. Revolving Fund, $3,319.50. Current Tax, $2,720.68. Payroll Fund, $242,299.14. All funds totaling $2,171,810.63. I also have another warrant here. We have to vote this.
Yeah, let's
first
go
one,
through the first one first.
Okay, I realized that as soon as I did that.
We need a second on that.
Second, support.
It's been motion by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 19-21 for $2,171,810.63. Any discussion?
Yes.
William?
Yes, I would like to know, what is the Michigan Conference of Teamsters Welfare Fund?
It's for healthcare.
Okay, so, we're paying, the, police chief, he's on a medical, so we're covering him, the city of Romulus, with insurance?
Cover the Teamsters and non-union, correct?
So he's with the Teamsters?
Yes, he's on the Teamster plan.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, that's why I asked.
Okay. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
I'd also like to make a motion that we pay warrant 19-21E. Total checks for $1,325. This is to pay for the election inspectors and the AV counting board who worked on November 5th, 2019.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley. Pay warrant number 19-21E for $1,325. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, warrant number 19-21E will be paid.
Number 12 is communication.
John.
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I'd like to announce, as I do every year, that the Romulus National Honor Society is again sponsoring their bowling fundraiser where it goes for pediatric cancer research. The specific research the cancer that it goes to for the research, it says 0% survival rate at this time. It goes to fund research into DIPG cancer, which has been pretty prevalent in Michigan. The date is December 8th. It's a bowling fundraiser. The tickets are $20. I have tickets. If you don't want to bowl and you just want to sponsor, I can take the money, and we usually sponsor a special needs student to go bowling if you don't want to bowl. Again, it's December 8th, and it starts at 4 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more
Yes,
communication?
Ms. Talley?
Yes, so just want to piggyback off the mayor and our chairperson regarding the veterans ceremony. It was a very great ceremony. It was a lot of snow. Our Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib came out, and while we were out there where the flag was, we was out at the flag. She just mentioned, even though it was snowing and the weather was kind of dicey, just mentioned the scene of how it looked while we were out there with the snow and everything. It was a very picturesque scene. So just want to just say it was an awesome service. Just a shout out to our veterans. My dad passed earlier this year. He was a veteran, and when I used to make very many travels down there to the hospital, they had a sign there, and people probably know of it. This is the first time I ever seen this sign on the picture on the wall. It was, some gave all, and all gave some. And I just thought that was like, wow, that was just touching for me. So I just want to just take my hats off to all veterans. It was a very moving service. I learned a lot in that service. They had a table set up with different symbolic symbolisms on it, and I just things I didn't know. So I just thanks for the education. It was a great service, and again, our mayor did a great job, and Dennis Davidson was there, and just our veterans. It was just great to be there with our veterans. Again, Rashida Tlaib was out. She brought a representative. Then our House rep was there. Alex Garza was out there supporting the event. So thank you again, the city, for putting that on, and look forward for the next one. And then on top of that, I know we've given a lot of shout outs to our veterans, but we had a great B2B event on Thursday. We had great representation from businesses, and if I'm not mistaken, the Marriott sponsored everything. They sponsored everything, and it was wonderful. So shout out to the Marriott for what they did for the B2B. It was a great event, great business representation. We had great school representation. Our acting superintendent Hall did a great presentation. And just the tables they had set up from the representatives from the school and just local businesses. It was a great event. So I just want to say great job for that event. And then finally, the Goodfellas, and I brought this up before, Tanya Cofield doing collections for a hygiene initiative for the Goodfellas. And I want to shout out our Community United Methodist Church, who are stepped up to take up collections and donations for this cause. And then the mayor's group at the Community United Methodist Church did a donation and also are packaging up hygiene kits for the cause. So, and I've spoken to Tanya about it, so they will be donating hygiene kits to support the Goodfellas cause. So just shout out to so much good things that go on in our city that just really need to be recognized. And it's that time of season. It's getting to that point to be peace on earth, goodwill towards men, and just kindness. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number
Calvin.
13 is adjournment.
Yeah, I think,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, I would just like to ask the mayor, is it any updates on the memorial monument? I'm getting calls about where is it going to be located? When will they be installing it?
There's a committee, I think, Stacy, are you on the committee? Can you give an update, or who's on it?
I'm on the committee, but
Bob,
we haven't
someone,
met.
yeah, you give an update, Bob, or someone on that committee? I'm not on the committee.
Yeah, currently we're waiting for some engineering drawings to come back from our PIA who's working on the court building. They gave us some renderings. We told them we wanted to expand it so we'd have more vertical construction, more placement for our veterans' names. So we're expanding a little bit. It's still going to be right here on the north side of the approach off of Wayne Road. The conduit, all the lighting's in place for it. And this spring, hopefully, we'll put that in place. We didn't want to do it during construction, so we decided to wait until the spring of 2020. So as soon as I have the engineer drawing for the foundation, footing, and construction, we're going to have a committee meeting and discuss what the next best steps.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any more communication? We good?
Good.
All right. Takes us to number 13, adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.